and welcome everyone to the last part of How to Introduce Champions. As always, I'm Mitch. You can follow me on Twitter, and of course, I'm joined by Sean.
What's up? You can join me right here on the channel. Right here.
But yes, could very possibly well be last one of the year. I have yet to decide, or we've yet to decide. Really.
The boss hasn't decided yet. So.
Yeah, it's just like, do I want to start another one before? I don't know. But we'll see. If you don't see anything, you know what's going on.
Yeah, I didn't die. He didn't die.
Well, hopefully not.
I shouldn't say that because
famous last words.
Not sure. I'm not a fortune teller, so, but like, just taking the time. I'll check in every once in a while.
I'll come back.
I'll chime in every day.
Be like, hey, just
I'm here.
Make like automatic tweets, like just schedule them for like a year.
I'm here. I'm fine.
I have been dead for 1 day, and that's just it.
Just have a countdown.
But yeah, so I can't remember how we do these things now.
We are. You can tell
you just went to open your mouth and start everything. You just went, oh, no.
We're professional folks.
But right. Actors, as again for the third time now, they're all unknown, bar Iman Vellani, who is Ms. Marvel. They're all unknowns. I don't want the comments to look like a bunch of owls just going like,
like there's no such thing as Google.
It's
Google.
It's like, it's if you want to know who they are, go check out the first episode, and they are right there. And then you can Google who they are afterwards. So, now, I did not forget. The 5G subplot is on. I did not forget. I absolutely made a point to write that down.
You're welcome.
Absolutely.
My little contribution to the... Yeah.
Did you ever think of a cast for Champions?
Unknown. Kamala Khan. I just,
Same route. Just unknown.
Same.
Just get an unknown.
Yeah, we're professional folks.
Just get unknown. We'll be much better at this in the next one. Much better.
Yeah. I'm tired. You're tired.
Yeah. It was very unfortunate timing for this one. It's like, you're getting ready to go places, and it's just like,
yeah.
Oh no. So bad.
Literally, for the first week, had jet lag, so I couldn't even remember my own name, let alone look up other people's names. So,
True. Very true. But I John Watts as director. I know you had one, and I can't remember it.
God, I'm a bad host.
I did that absolutely on purpose. So he doesn't remember. I'm gonna.
Do not. I'm old.
I'm
old. Yeah.
But yeah. Villains for this one, it's got to be on. We talked about him for the last 2 weeks. The majority of the time, it's got to be Ultron.
Prime.
We set him up. It's got to be Ultron. Ultron's big return.
Yeah, it would be very, very underwhelming if it wasn't Ultron at the end of this.
Just going to go left field and have it as MODOK. Surprise!
Or Stilt Man or something like that.
Oh, Stilt Man. Oh. Absolutely. Yeah. Go away. Don't restart your stupid computer. So essentially the whole thing, the premise is I kind of want to do... I think the Vision run did this, or something did this, where one of them wasn't all what they seemed.
Yeah, I think we were talking about that last time, where like, yeah, like
the last two, like we've had like Ultron as the AI, like the Jarvis for the champions,
and Viz kind of being like the one he's talking to, and trying to convince, and like that's what divided the team because. Ultron.
Did we divide the team in the last week? Didn't we?
I think we did at the very end as a cliffhanger.
That's what I thought. So in this one, I kind of like. Maybe you can make it Iron Lad in a way. If Iron Lad ever becomes a thing. If not, then you completely ignore this. But like, make Ultron Iron Lad, or something to that effect.
Like that's his end body, like his.
No, it's the starting one in this movie. Like, give him a physical form. Like, he is the newest member of the champion. Actually, no, don't make him Iron Lad. Make him Viv's brother. We're going to go full comics on this Pym family tree. And it is better make no sense. It's like, yes, is it be granddad? Yeah, her granddad would be her brother, yeah. Very southern robots. Very southern. So
it's very Floridian.
Grandpappy going to be the brother. So I think that's the direction that he'll probably take it.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like he's doing the same, like manipulating.
He's
what change is good and what isn't. That sort of thing.
He wants to do one thing and they want to do another.
But you can make him like a go-between between everyone. Like whether they're split into two or they just gone their separate ways entirely, like still doing their own thing. Like he can be like going to each one of them without the other one having them pushing them in certain directions, sort of a thing.
And have like them getting manipulated into, creating his prime body. I just.
Like each thing's like make it like a video game. Each
like a MacGuffin.
Each person's got like a different limb, different component to get. It's like, this guy's got a metal arm. We need to get that.
But we gotta pull. I really want to incorporate the Red Hood persona for some reason to, not as a gag.
Do you mean the Hood?
The Hood, yeah. It's just Crimson Hood. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I mean, but you very much get that in there, right? I mean, that could be what he is.
Yeah, the end result.
So you could have like the Crimson. Is it Crimson Hood or Crimson Cow?
Crimson Cow, I believe.
It's like the Crimson Cow could be like the champion superhero name.
Yeah, it could be like the new unknown superhero that is trying to get on the team, but then turns out to be Ultron.
What you could do is, because obviously it's Ultron and the Mans can have more than one body, you can have the Crimson Cow be the villain of the movie for the first 2 acts.
Yeah. Yeah. I was thinking
he's just fighting himself and stuff like that.
Well, I was thinking I should have did this in the first, but use the Crimson Cow as like a new teen hero type. That's actually Ultron, but he's trying to join the team or something like that, and then infiltrate the team. He's the.
So that would have worked. That I could see that working.
Damn it!
You're gonna do it.
But then it turns out that and you could use I don't know, an updated version. Doesn't necessarily have to be like a raggy and then it turns out Ultron is just basically using them to get, get his body, his prime body, his traditional prime body.
I quite like that idea.
Creepy grin and everything.
But even that you could have him that's just where he starts off in this one.
But weren't we talking about using parts though too, like the Ant-Man helmet as the old Ant-Man helmet?
I mean, possibly you could do it that way. You could very easily do it that way, yeah.
I think we were talking about that last week, but
yeah, because you had him as the little bin or something. Like the original Mark, the first Ultron. Was,
I mean, you could probably use Iron Lad, but kind of make a newer design with incorporating Pym's helmet. Yeah, I'm trying to think about what that looks like, if that makes sense. But
I mean, that would be an Iron Man suit with an Ant-Man helmet.
That's true. That's true. I take it back.
That would look weird.
Yeah, it would look very, very odd. I'm looking at that in my head right now, and it's not good.
Yeah, I think Iron Man's best left to be in Young Avengers or wherever it came.
Yeah.
I think we've best over there.
Yeah, I mean, I think with Kang being developed, I mean, it's a possibility that Iron Lad comes. You know,
I mean, I'd assume so. Should be very real, especially with all these other young Avengers. Like, where's Iron Lad? We have Kang.
I mean, just the way the movies are. I mean, Iron Lad could the origin of Iron Lad could probably change dramatically, and it might not
possibly. But it's one that was like, do you want to take the Iron Lad name for Ultron, or because I think it might be a bit much, personally.
Yeah, I think it's a little on the nose.
I think using the Crimson Cow, if you're gonna start him off as like a little teen hero, like a little teen robot hero like that, like Viv, I think Crimson Cow works well with that.
Yeah, you could like kind of use like a modified design of what the old costume looks like.
Or just straight up have an Ultron rope, like an old Ultron throne as the villain.
Oh yeah,
Crimson Cow, and just do it that way. I think that would be the way I'm going to take it. Actually,
that's a good idea, because I mean, it, kind of a symbolism, you know.
Yeah, and then you can no one suspects that this little teenage is Ultron.
Yeah,
I saw that drone is just purely a dummy. And you
like
can
a puppet.
Yeah, you can have 1,000 of them because hey, it's the drones.
And
that way you get that look. You have that face and the cow.
On a side note, that's one of the best looks. I think that's one of my favorite looks of the Ultron from the Age of Ultron movie. Or the first drone, I should say. The very first one at the party. That one.
Oh, what, the Iron Man suit?
Yeah, I thought it was creepy. I liked it.
That's fantastic. No, like a little zombie robot.
Yeah. Back on track. I was just sidebar.
The only thing I can't really settle on right now is what brings them back together. Like, is it just the fact that this Ultron Crimson Cow's walking around?
Well, you could probably use the 5G for that. That 5G is
yeah.
And that's like the common.
Like they're trying to, play down this conspiracy theory and stop.
Because the 5G thing is like ripe for a story, in the MCU at this point. And kind of surprised it hasn't happened, but
I mean, hasn't had the chance to happen, has it?
True. That's true.
Give it a year. Give it a year or two. Not bad.
Yeah. I'm sure there's gonna be a virus like Corona in there too somewhere.
Like good old Corona.
Hopefully not.
Corona.exe.
Or the madness bomb. So.
Oh no.
No.
But yeah, you can. Because I kind of want Viv to be the one to ultimately figure everything out.
Well, yeah. I mean, maybe she realizes that she finds something in the she figures it out. She sees something that other people don't see.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because she's a robot. She sees something, or she doesn't like.
There's a specific thing in the 5G coding that this kid's trying to set up, and it's just like, hang on a minute.
And she could see it in the code. So
on one hand, that's kind of like playing into the conspiracy theorists are right, sort of a thing. Like this guy's evil, but I don't know.
He's Alex Jones, man. Like Alex Jones.
So Alex Jones was right. My God.
Oh, jeez. It's been confirmed.
So that's kind of what I want to avoid, but I'm not entirely sure how.
Yeah.
So I think Ultron setting up a network for himself is kind of like an Ultron-y thing to do.
Yeah.
Why would he not want to control that network? I mean, the file size that his brain must be. There's no way that's traveling on any data networks anywhere. It's way too big. It would take forever to download.
It'll be like the old dial-up.
Yeah, 56K modem.
What I really wish, I kind of wish that the oh man, I can't think of his name. He was in Winter Soldier. Man, I'm having a brain fart. Not MODOK, but
describe.
He's a computer with a human face on his chest.
Armin Zola.
Oh yeah. Like
that's kind of how I've envisioned Ultron for these last two movies as their little
yeah with like the little square on top of his face. I mean, I always liked that look of Zoloff for some reason. It was just odd. But I kind of was thinking maybe the Camp Bennett computer could be, but it was destroyed. That could play. I wish that could play a part in.
I mean, you very possibly could. That's if it's not totally gone. That's a lot of servers down there,
and it's like it feels like an interesting like landmark that you could be using for, like Ultron coming, like maybe backing up his whole everything to that place.
Yeah, well, that's where he's operating out of. Since
it's like
New York.
Yeah, I mean, it would be completely off the grid. They wouldn't know where that is.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's a significant place that people be like, oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that was in Winter Soldier, like.
Have it right, everyone's knows. And then have a giant Ultron head as the final boss.
Yeah, and just like kind of play on the fact that like this sophisticated robot has backed himself up on this like archaic type backup system. Like it's just like miles and miles and miles and miles of tape, memory.
I was gonna say all the tape memory, God.
And
he's like, I need the 5G networks to get myself out of here. The only place I could get on.
Or maybe that's where he was stuck at. Maybe that's where he was the whole time.
Yeah, you could have that. Just show like that one old drone, just like crash land there and start uploading himself.
Yeah, cool. Like it just seems like an interesting like Easter egg to throw in there, and it's not like it. I mean, you could say it could be Stark, wherever Stark is, but that'd just be so fucking boring. Like if it was another Stark.
It's like we've had the Stark connection with him as it is, so we can kind of move away from it.
I mean, and this movie could actually rewrite some of that too. Like maybe it wasn't Stark that actually created Ultron.
I mean, you haven't necessarily got to rewrite anything, because you can say, they can say to him about it's being made by Stark, and he's like, I came from the stone. Like Stark didn't make me. I just already was.
And maybe that's
why. Just reiterate that point, so everyone can stop going on about how he was made by Tony.
And like maybe that's why he's so like irritable about like whenever we mention Stark's name, he just gets like, like that's not me. That's not my. Something that like, and you could like kind of I don't want to say course correct it or rewrite or whatever, but like, I mean, you could kind of further yourself away from that Stark.
Yeah, you just slightly distance yourself a bit more.
Yeah, I mean, because like, like I love the character, but like it, and like you can't say that it's not the foundation of the Marvel MCU, but like you could also use other things, I think, and be a little bit more and more interesting rather than Tony made him. Tony and Bruce designed and made him. It's like, maybe not. Maybe he came from the stone. Like, I mean, if you think about it, that's exactly where he came from.
Yeah, Tony scanned the stone, and then boom, it made an AI, and the AI went crazy.
Or maybe the crux of the whole story is like him just destroying and like the Stark's legacy or whatever. Maybe that's the whole point. Is like he just does not like Tony. Like he doesn't want to be associated with him. Or you know what I'm saying? Like, kind of like
not a bad route take, but at the same time, it's like you're still bringing Stark.
You still bringing the Stark thing in, but like I think it does kind of do that, but it also distances himself more. So like if he comes back down the line, it's not all about Tony.
Yeah.
So it's like. Yeah, Tony had a little bit of part to play in that. It was mostly, some, a sentient stone, that helped create me, or I created myself out of that. I owe it myself, but Tony takes all the credit for it, something to that effect, because I don't think you can avoid anything Stark. You kind of have to kind of veer into the Stark thing, but then you could also distance yourself a little bit more from the Stark, thing by, I don't know, like not making Stark we could kind of kill two birds with one stone, and like.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I kind of wish that would have been him, but like that, the character in the MCU is so far removed from the comic character. It's just like, it'd be hard to connect the dots to him. So he just, Ultron.
I mean, you could always kind of set up the Cradle was an old Pym design, but is that necessarily Pym's wheelhouse? I don't.
Nah, like the MCU, Pym is like, it's so far removed from what the comics are. Like, it's like, like he probably has it, but it's not been like really brought up in the movies. It's all about the quantum realm. Like that's his area expertise. So like it's hard to kind of like connect, like I said, connect the dots to.
Yeah, even like it's like, yes, Pym probably could, because he's clearly like engineered a lot of stuff. No,
yeah,
he has to have some kind of engineering to him, so he probably
that's
could.
True.
But
what are your thoughts about bringing like the super adaptoid into like maybe being I don't know, like a body?
I love the super adaptoid.
Yeah, because it brings up like he's basically every Avenger.
Yeah. Like in fact, you could kind of make the Pym connection that way. You can go like, right, well, Pym had the super adaptoid idea. Because obviously him and Stark are incredibly similar, so you can play it off like that.
And they also had like it might have been not Tony, but his father and Pym have had history together. So it's like not incredibly, far as far as I thought it would have been. Maybe just say, hey, him and his father have a project called Super Adaptoid or whatever, and Project Adaptoid.
And that's the thing that Viv catches on to somehow, some way, and she's like, "Hey, I need all you guys back. I'm sorry."
And you could kind of make like Ultron. That's Ultron's end goal, is to just be in
super adaptoid.
Adaptoid, yeah.
Which would also, that brings it back around to having it in the Armin Zola place.
Yeah.
If it's the father and the Howard Stark and Hank.
Yeah. And I guess that could be like that door into that. Because I just like, I love those weird characters like that. Like MODOK.
Oh yeah.
Zola. It's like
they're perfect for champions. Like super adaptoid is perfect for champions.
Yeah, it's like it's not like a global threat, but it's like a threat, because it's like you're fighting every Avenger. Like you got Captain America, Iron Man. I mean, you could even have like like Hawkeye's powers in there. Like it's like everything. It's a robot that's synthesized to be every person in that Avengers.
And all they really have to do is just burn him out the internet again, out the network, or just pull the plug. No, it's...
Yep, Viv to the rescue.
Yeah.
Like how would you design her though? Like in the MCU.
How to design Viv? Oh, see, that's I've gotten too used to seeing Vision in a sweater.
Yeah.
And I think looking at what Viv wears in the comics, it's like she has to be in casuals.
Yeah, I mean, I would just like, for me, it would just like, just take the face of Vision in the MCU and add some like female facial, like the structure, and just put her in that same outfit,
I'd maybe change the design of the head a little bit so she's not exactly.
Yeah, but like tweak it a little bit. Yeah, but like it's like, I mean, like look in the comics. I mean, it's just basically Vision. just with the facial features a little bit less, male prominent.
I say, because with Viv, you've got the interesting conundrum of the hair. How do you tackle the hair?
Well, I always equate to it's the same way that Vision did with the cape.
Yeah, but that it's like, well, he's already wearing material, forming a cape.
Yeah,
fair play.
I don't know.
But is it hair? Like, you could just sort of say it's it's synthetic hair. It's not real. But does it then look like normal hair? Is it going to be the bright green hair? Like how do you play that off?
I would say, and just work with me on this one, is it's like little wires, like really thin wires. But then you look really close.
I thought of that, and I'm just like, is that too cheesy?
Yeah, I mean,
it's like, the robot's got wires for hair.
But no, from far away, it looks like hair. But then you look up close, and it's like you see the tips at the hair. It's not it's not like metal dreadlocks.
I think as long as it's like the what's the wire, the fabric wires, like
fiber optics or something like that.
Kind of.
I know what you're talking about. Like the little
it's like the braided wires, sort of like you get in computers and all that sort of stuff.
I was thinking there's a little it looks like a ball of material, but at the end there's a little light at the end of it. Oh man, I can't think of it.
Yeah, that's the fiber optic stuff.
Yeah. I was thinking something like that. But a little bit.
Fiber optic,
just have have it almost like that, where there's light at the end of the hair, but it looks really coarse like hair. It doesn't look like a wig that's been pasted on someone's head.
Because the problem with Viv and the Vision, Vision's fine. Vision's just a bald dude. He's clearly bald. He has no hair. He's fine. So he hasn't got to worry about having too much of a certain color. Because let's be honest, Viv in the comics has a lot of green on her, and her body is just that pink. So do we go that route? And it's like, right, well, you're gonna have just the pink skin, and then the hair's green.
Well, I always thought that in the course of the movie, she kind of evolves into what that is at the end of that movie. She starts off looks like Vision, bald, but then she just throughout the whole course of the 3 movies, she slightly changes into because she's been around humans for so long, she's starting to take on the traits and stuff like that, and learning and that's how I looked at Viv is eventually it's gonna get to that where that iconic look, it's just kind of the more time she spends with the human, as with the humans or with whoever, or teams, she becomes more of a more human.
It's just an interesting issue to get around because we haven't seen Vision out of the suit. It's is he actually wearing a suit or is he actually just flying around naked? This is the question. In fairness, the guy can make himself look human. Champions. It's all relatively loosely tied in because Viv is a champion and Vision, and how do we bring that character? It's just that should have been part of the first episode. In fairness, how exactly does Viv work in this universe?
I think screw the push on that one.
Hey, stories always jump back in the third part to the first and tell prequel nonsense.
There's a lot of retconning.
Maybe here we go. This is how we're going to tie it all in. Viv doesn't know how she came about.
Yeah, I mean, of course, that'd be great. I mean, that maybe that's why she connects with Vision a little bit more. Is she wants answers. Yeah. You're the only person that looks like me, so you've got to know something, right?
Yeah.
Or maybe Ultron promises or something to that effect.
Yeah. He's got all the answers. He can tell her everything. Kids want answers. Kids want to know where they came from. Kids want to know why they look different from everyone else.
Well, if you do something for me, I can do something for you. Hey, I need this, and I'll give you this. It's I don't want to play it like an amnesiac or anything like that, but like, you know, like
no, you just do it so it's like she doesn't have memories past this point.
Yeah,
like it's not that she can't remember; she just didn't exist past that point. Like she literally starts life at this age, at this time. Obviously, that's how everyone starts life. But you know, like she starts as like an 18-year-old teenager.
Yep, and that's where her memory starts.
That's got to be weird as shit. Just like
I mean, like I don't necessarily remember when I was born, but I do remember when I was like 2-3 years old, you know, or whatever, you know, like like maybe she thinks that, I don't know, maybe she doesn't have all the answers. She wants the answers. Ultron says he's got the answers. You know, scratch my back.
I like that idea.
Yeah, like it helps explain why she's helping him, or why she's willing to believe him.
Yeah. Or why she did.
The others. Yeah, or what she did.
Before she finds the Adaptoid stuff.
Or, I mean, it could be also the catalyst, like, to why they split up in the middle of the second act, or in the second movie. You know, it's like they find out she has been helping him.
She's been doing shady dealings.
Yeah, you know, it looks bad, but like she just wants answers, and they don't like that.
They can't. Well, actually, I suppose the majority of champions could relate to wanting to know why they're a certain way and not like other people.
But then there's also some of them that are just they're human. They know, or they remember, or they have memories. You know, like unfortunately, she doesn't have that luxury of having memories past a certain age.
No, I like that idea. I like that idea a lot.
What happened to 5G though?
I mean, 5G is all part of the network. Like, you know, it's it's how Ultron wants to get out of the Arm and Zola computer
into the super adaptoid. Yeah,
exactly. Because you know, tape data don't carry enough. It's not quick enough to get into the adaptoid.
Yeah.
Like, you can manipulate stuff around him and build stuff, but he can't get the data speeds to get out.
It's like a cell for him.
Yeah.
He wants out.
Easy peasy. All right. I think it's going to bring us to an end. That wasn't English the first time. Bring us to an end for this part of the series. Is this a series? Yeah, I suppose it is a series.
This is.
Yeah, it is a series. This arc, we finished our anime arc on Champions. We're now gonna
slowly.
I'm gonna say we're back with this in the new year.
Yeah,
safe to say we're back in this the new year. We'll have a nice couple of weeks off. It's nice, especially this year. Let's have a break.
Yeah, let's have a. Yeah, my brain's about to fry, so I just want
let people recharge. Let ideas form, and we'll come back with something solid.
Less than rambling and more cohesive.
I promise Ultron might be a part of the next one.
Hey, Ultron's popular. He's a big guy. He's. I mean, like, Ultron's been around for a long time. He's fought a lot of people.
It's true.
You know, he's never gone. So I mean, like, it's like
very true. Yeah. So, thanks everyone for joining, and we'll catch you all in the new year. So, happy Christmas, happy New
Merry
Year.
Christmas.
Wear a mask. Don't be that guy.
Yes.
Be
safe.
Chance, yeah, be safe. Stay inside.
Yeah. We don't want
to follow your guidelines of your local council, whatever governmental figure is telling you to do.
If I see the subscribers fall down, I don't want to assume that you're not following these regulations.
I mean, you don't know. Like,
that's true.
Subs can go up and down just because you're having a funny day. You deleted half the people on our site. Like, oh, thank you, YouTube. Cool.
All the robots are gone.
Yeah. So yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.